And we're recording.
You weren't recording all of
No,
that?
I wasn't. I was thinking of ways to start it.
Okay, well now I have to give them my description of the car game all over again. So, when you do a 3-hour trip to somewhere, and then do the same trip in reverse back from there after 2 days, and you do that every other week for a couple months, you come up with some weird games. Allow me to explain the car game Corpse.
Okay.
One person sits in the middle. One person sits on their right, and one person sits on their left. If you don't understand that much, turn off the video and go hang yourself because you're stupid. Now, all meanness aside, the game is mean enough without me being a jerk to people I don't know and probably never will know. So, the rules are simple. The person on the right holds the middle person's right arm, and the person on the left holds the middle person's left arm. Then they beat the hell out of each other with the arms. Most of the time that involves beating the snot more out of the person in the middle, because typically you don't want to get hit by the arm, so you stop the arm with what? The other arm. That usually ends up causing one of the arms to be knocked aside and punch the person in the face a couple of times. Then the person in the middle typically stops playing and makes it very difficult because they won't be flexible.
Are there any other car games that you can think of that you made up?
There's the rhyming game. That usually ends odd. Because you think, oh, it's a sweet little children's rhyming game. No, it gets very competitive. Try finding 300 words that rhyme with the word may. It sucks. Whoa. And the games can, that same game, that same word is the one we use the most. And that entire game, without us stopping, could go for an hour and a half.
What was that rhyme you came up with when Nick left?
Goodbye, try to die. I can't lie if you wouldn't cry. Simple things. Let's go play. In the hay? In May. In what way? How did you say? I'm not gay. And if I hadn't been up for the last 26 plus hours, I think I'd continue. That went on for an hour and a half successfully. You find ways to occupy yourself.
Right.
I enjoyed sitting there, listening to the road, and peeing in a bottle. No, I actually didn't do that because I was the only person in the car who never had to pee. Everyone else would make a stop, but I can hold my bladder for many hours. At first I got compliments, you have an iron bladder. Then my sister said, that's not healthy for you, you need to stop doing that. It's not that I held it in, I never needed to. They're just weak.
We're getting off topic.
No, we're not. You wanted me to talk to the people on YouTube. Now you may ask me questions. I'm holding my Deanna. Cute little hyena thing that I really, really wish was real because I think they'd be funny until I'm chewing your leg off.
What is your preferred Pokemon team?
What?
What is your preferred Pokemon team?
I mean, I keep changing it. What do you want? Competitive or casual?
Casual.
I like the ones that no one thinks about. Primate, Luminion, Sableye, not Mega Sableye because Mega Sableye looks like he had a hernia and decided to pull it out the wrong way instead of putting it back where it's supposed to go. Primate, Luminion, sometimes Sableye. What's another good one?
Didn't you say you put a male Combi on your team once?
Yes. but not for. I actually had him for forcing enemies with Sweet Scent. He just ended up getting to a fairly solid level to where he could actually handle himself against some things. Pikachu, that's another one. And not because it's the mascot, but because it is both overrated and underrated. You do not want a light ball Iron Tail to the face. But it almost never works out that way.
Alright, you're at 4 now.
No, I'm just listing off random Pokemon while I try to think.
Oh.
I've always liked Skarmory, but I don't think if Pokemon were real I would like it personally, because I'm pretty sure they're typically very emotionless. The stereotypical fan belief is that they are not, that they are about as cold as they look. I don't know if that's necessarily the case, but I do know that the only memory I have of Skarmory from the show, other than Winona's Skarmory, is the one that attacked Professor Birch? What's the Generation 3? Yeah, Hoenn. Hoenn. Him trying to, like, late into the Hoenn series, him trying to say hi to the Skarmory, and it got mad and attacked it for bugging it. It's like super, it's what happened to Spearow when he went to the king and got knighted and then decided he still didn't like his life. So I don't know, but I don't normally worry about, other than Primates and Lumineon, there's not a lot of odd. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
I'm trying to think, and I'm just trying to talk so they don't have to listen to nothing while I'm sitting here thinking. Oh wait, you can edit crap out, can't you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then I'll keep talking anyways, and you can make one of the videos the normal stuff, and the other one and this is what we did while Tommy thought. Because I am very sleep deprived. I've always wanted to try using a Delcatty for battle. Giving it all the weird... No! That's one thing I've always wanted to do. I looked it up, and the only way it would work, it might be different now, but the only way it would work is to use a Cherubi's evolution, to give it all those weird circumstantial moves. Weather Ball, Nature Power, Secret Power, and I can't remember the other one that changes all the time. Not Metronome. Not Assist, because it can't learn Assist. The other, it runs through a cycle of set moves. What is that?
I don't know.
Weather Ball, Nature Power, Secret Power, others in that category of they change depending on what's going on. Oh, Natural Gift, that's right. The one that changes according to the berry you're holding. That's right. It would be a horrible Pokemon, but it'd be really cool. Weather Ball changes to, well, whatever. Nature Power and Secret Power are totally different depending on where you are, which sucks in Wi-Fi because it's always the same place. And Natural Gift changes according to the berry you get it. The worse the berry is as an item, the better the damage and type of the move usually. With a few exceptions, there are some that are decent and worth using in that scenario.
Try keeping your volume up, because sometimes it's not hearing you.
I'll move the computer closer.
It's on the edge of your bed already.
To the other side of the edge of my bed where I exist.
I need it here so it hears me while I'm talking to you.
Put it here.
But then I'll be behind it.
No, turn it sideways.
I'll need to move your pillow.
I don't care.
Okay, just making sure.
Just move the pillow back when you're done.
You have 3 pillows.
I have 5.
I only have 2.
And I have a crotch pillow that is buried under my blankets. Don't throw it out.
Alright, it's moved.
Can you guys hear me? I really wonder. Comment on it. How many of you actually said yes when I said that? I want to know. Anyways.
It's hearing you now.
Okay. Primate, Lumineon, Cherum, I don't know, Pokemon of that sort. When I do casual, it's usually whatever happens to be cool to me at the moment. Like right now, the team I have up here that's kind of mixed in with another team.
Which is what I asked in the first place.
Oh, that's what you were asking. Why didn't you say that?
I thought you knew.
Nope, here's 4. Let's figure out which ones were part of the... Here's 5. I need to get a figure of your evolution. And were you part of it, or were you part of... We'll set you here for now and figure out in a second. I do believe this is the proper team setup. Yes. Okay. The team he was asking about is a team of, I just threw it together, amusing myself, and liked the combo. Here we go. Number 1. The now dead version of Winnie the Pooh because I dropped the figure. Ursaring. I will find him later. Arcanine. The world's most awesome Pokemon, but because it's only mediocre, everyone forgets about it. Awesome stats, tolerable move pool, distinctly 80th percentile, so the metagamers who only care about the 95th percentile never pay attention to it. Tangela, who needs to evolve. I don't have his evolution as a figure. I collect the figures because I can't see, and this lets me feel them to figure out what they look like. Zoroark! Not because of the typical, oh, awesome, illusions, blah, no. No, because I don't know, I think they might end up being cute. You never know. You've got all these, what's a good example? Oh, the starters. How many different kinds of Charizards have we seen? Not many. But how many different kinds of... Crap, what's the name of it? Yeah, Generation 6. That'll work for you guys. Everyone.
Kalos.
Yeah, no, yes, but no, that's not why. Delphox and its evolutionary line. We've seen the cute, friendly Fennekin, Turn Braixen, Braxton, I don't know how you pronounce it, that Serena has. But if any of you remember the old guy's Delphox, that it clearly had way too much spunk for its own good, and if it were even half as old as that old guy, I don't think they'd be alive anymore. They'd get themselves killed.
Anyway, your 5th team member?
Slowbro! Because awesome.
Slowbro.
Because YOLO, Slowbro. Ah! Stupid joke. And Pinsir! Who apparently is going to be replaced in coolness by Vikavolt with the new coming generation. Now I hunt down Mr. Suicide Winnie the Pooh, who fell down here under my desk somewhere. In the meantime, speaking of Cherub,
there's
sunny
Cherub.
Version of Cherub, who I think I'm holding it upside down.
Yeah, you were.
There we go. Funny fact for you guys. Do you care if we use your normal name?
I don't care.
Yeah, okay. Wade here helped me identify Cherub, and I had to send him a picture because the best way I could think of to describe it is it's a ball with these leaves sticking out of it in weird spots, and the bottom of it that is supposed to be his legs looks like a pair of boobs sticking out of a dress. Like sticking out of the bottom of the dress where they shouldn't be. Anyways, now I resume my hunt, and I do have a competitive team that I want someone to try out, and no one ever will.
I was gonna ask about that next.
I can't find him. I give up. I have, and I ironically, it uses Zoroark. I have a competitive team that would probably, I can't see it winning tournaments, but I guarantee you it would make battling it suck. You lead with your Zoroark, of course, because that always screws people up, but your back Pokemon is an imposter Ditto. so that when you send out Mr. Fox, he comes out looking like a mutant Kirby. And now, obviously, they're going to go for fighting, and that's going to suck. But they're not going to. They're either going to do that or they're going to set up on you. And in either case, I'm pretty sure they're not using a priority move, so you hit first. And when Ditto uses something like extrasensory flamethrower, you might as well go for Night Days if it's not a fighting Pokemon, because why not? Then they're like, oh, you suck. Wait, you have a Ditto on your team. I can recover from this because you run a Pokemon that sucks. No. You nail them, then you switch to Ditto. So Ditto switches in on your opponent's either something like Mach Punch, which him turning into your opponent's Pokemon, he's probably not weak to fighting anymore. Or you switch him in on them switching in which case you get to learn all their moves. Haha, you suck. My backup, the rest of the team includes a Dusclops with the Eviolite, the dreaded you'd better run knockoff because otherwise he's going to be a pain to kill. And I like the risky version. Curse, Will-O-Wisp, Confuse Ray is usually a little overkill, but Protect, and your pick of Nightshade for bypassing other wall Pokemon, or Shadow Sneak for nailing Pokemon that are softened up, or doing that one last hit before he dies because you don't want to give up one of your other Pokemon by switching out. Those three alone can be vexing. It's always funny to run a Pokemon like Persian, who initially you look at it, Ambipom is in every way better except being somewhat slower. So pick your poison, get one with Technician, do that stunt. Ambipom gets the better option in double hit, whereas Persian gets the more powerful but less predictable Fury Swipes. And then Silk Scarf it and laugh at the opponent, because your not so imposing sweeper is dealing huge amounts of damage to the already softened up enemy and smashing through substitutes, which is an excellent way to deal with stupid Whimsicots. Wade?
What?
Whimsicott has an ability that makes his status moves always have a higher priority.
Okay.
You have no idea how annoying it is trying to kill something that leech seeds you and then sits behind a substitute all the time because its health is so low that 1/12 of your health is like 1/3 of its health. And it can like infinitely provide substitutes. And in the meantime, it'll run one attack usually so that taunters don't get a lucky shot in. And or it will run Toxic or something like that, and it'll just sit there and suck the life out of you, literally. My counter for that is either that Ambipom or laugh your way to the end with that Dusclops by really throwing off that your Will-O-Wisp won't work, but Curse doesn't target. Okay, stupid Pokemon stuff aside, ask me an actual question that matters. I'm holding the only octopus that ever tried to be a cannon.
Octillery?
Yes.
I'm thinking of questions.
Now I'm holding the only thing that people ever refer to it as being like a dragon in it, yet it cannot fly.
What do you think? What do you think is on the other side of the veil?
What?
The veil of death.
Why didn't you just ask me what do you think happens after you die?
That's what I meant.
Why did you ask me it the way you would ask someone who's trying to read your poems?
Because I'm sleep deprived too.
Okay, so we're both stupid. I'm a Christian. What do you think I think?
Just because you're a Christian doesn't necessarily mean that you
I'm a general
agree.
Christian. I don't try to tell everybody their version of it is wrong.
Okay.
I will say though, it's not my place to judge, but I'm confused. It is very strange to me that Catholics pray to the saints, the apostles, and not to God. I don't understand. That's not a challenge to anyone's religion. I'm genuinely confused as to why they do that. I am holding the only dragon-oid thing that does not fly.
That is Gyarados.
Should. Yes. A water and flying type that can't fly unless it flies like those snakes that fly, in which case that's horrifying because a 20-something foot long snake that can fly by flailing around in the air, that's not something you want to see. That is a thing. There really are snakes that do that. They can maintain and achieve altitude by thrashing about in the air. They do that to get across rivers mostly. It's not a practical means of moving, but they can do that. They can keep themselves airborne through sheer strength. If you see something long enough and big enough that it looks like it might conceivably be capable of swallowing a great white shark whole, doing that and remembering that it shoots a huge beam of fire out of its mouth when it gets mad at you, which is normal because they typically get mad at you for existing, that's a good way to give your kid nightmares. Oh, that's something we can talk about.
Okay.
Why Pokemon is not for kids.
Go ahead.
Aside from the obvious, the games can get hard, and that's why the actual games suck, is because if they don't, they'll be too hard for the kids. There are a bazillion Pokemon that just are not meant for kids. Gengar sucks the life out of you in your sleep. The Shuppet, Banette, Drifloon, that would be, if anyone is hearing that, that is our Siren. The test they run every week or whatever it is.
Anyway.
Drifloon, Shuppet, Banette.
Hypno.
No, Hypno has a bad reputation. The ones I mentioned actually are described as abducting children.
So is Hypno.
That's his entry?
In one of the games.
Okay. Oh, and there's the Beautifly entry in Y that says it sucks blood. Just, let's go on a hike, kids. We're out in, if Pokemon were real, we're out in Tennessee. We're gonna go hiking. Yeah, dude. All of a sudden, you're dead because you stepped on the rock stupid enough to sleep in the side of a cliff. And even further stupid enough to get mad at you for stepping on him. Yes. And the electric companies will both love and hate you when they send you a $10,000 bill and find out you can't pay it, and find out the only reason they got to send it to you is because a Magnemite found your home. And everyone knows, don't pick up the stray Pokeball because it will explode and you will die, because in reality, if a Voltorb exploded in your face, you wouldn't have one. And then there's the whole supposedly Tangela sits around looking like a bush waiting to eat you, except it's blue. Who's dumb enough to fall for that? Oh wait, when it's shiny it's green! Now it really will eat you! And if you think moles are bad, just wait until an Onyx sticks its head up and gets confused as to how it made it to the surface. Your whole yard is screwed. And it'll look like Johnny Depp after he tried to pretend he's good enough to do another movie. Yes, I am bashing Johnny Depp because I am sick of hearing fangirls babble about him. No hate to him, just seriously. I got sick of hearing about Marilyn Manson pulling out a couple ribs to mess with himself, and we don't even know if that's true or not, nor do I care to find out. Just, bah. I will never be an emo vampire. That is a very old YouTube video that's making fun of the Twilight series for, yeah. Vampires don't sparkle, fairies sparkle.
What does that say about Robert Pattinson?
Who?
The guy who played Edward Cullen.
I don't know. I wouldn't watch any of the movies. I had too much of a penis to go to the thing with a girlfriend.
Where do you think the vampires sparkle thing came from?
I honestly don't know.
Came from Twilight.
Yeah, I thought that was the only one that did it.
Yeah, and Robert Pattinson played Edward Cullen in that.
Yeah, no, what are you talking about? I thought you meant that there are other things that have sparkling vampires.
No, there's not, as far as I
Good.
know.
Well, yes, there's the one, the parody of it. The Vampires Suck is a big parody of that, and I think a couple of other things. The werewolf is not a werewolf. He turns into a poodle. I don't think it was a very good movie, but they did a decent job with the commercials. I am now holding the third
Let me see it.
attempt at the one species is pure male, one species is pure female. This
Let me
one
see
has
it.
feathers.
Can I look at it
Why?
so I can see if I can identify it?
If you don't recognize the one that should have been made by the American, instead the American that won made us the two-headed ice cream cone. This is Braviary,
Oh.
the eagle. That was made by a Japanese person. Because the American that won the contest made a two-headed ice cream cone. What does that say about us that the ones we bombed are showing more patriotism than our own citizens, who apparently want to see living food? I did not know Pokemon turned into Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. On LSD. In the Dark Ages. Running around with machetes and cannons because they don't know what to do. If you can imagine that, congratulations. If you can't, you're normal.
I imagined it when you said it.
Then you're insane like me. Oh, now you stop talking. The bird has hair. He has a hairdo. That's counterproductive to aviation. Oh! Since we're on a Pokemon thing, I'll go over a couple of the things that are absolutely stupid.
Okay.
Tell me, who is the female? Who is capable of being female among the following Pokemon? Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Tyrogue, Hitmontop, Throw, and Sock. The last two.
Not any of the Hitmons or Tyrogue.
The answer? None of them are ever female.
Oh. I
In
didn't know
other
that.
words, I don't know how they survive. Unless they're self-reproducing gods. Now, there are self-reproducing females. There is a species of lizard that actually does that. She ejaculates into herself when she's ready to give birth. Yeah. It sounds about as gross and weird as it is, but some of you with strange fetishes are probably over the moon right now. Imagining a woman puking semen into herself. That's a disturbing image, and I think you just lost all your viewers.
Well, how about you tell my viewers, if there are any left watching, about some of your fun beetle facts?
A lot of bugs, beetles being a very good example. Most of the time, their stuff is in their chest, and it goes from the guy Not up, female, toward her head, but through her chest and down toward her butt. They do it kind of the opposite of humans. The stuff is near the top and goes to the bottom, whereas we have our stuff near the bottom, kind of. Some people have a lot longer legs than they do bodies. And it aims upward for the top. Beetles are also one of the very few insects that actually the male will pleasure the female. They have mating rituals. Most bugs, it's hi. Thanks, that was fun. Oh wait, you're eating my head. Spiders aren't the only ones that do that. Mantids do it too. Actually, a lot of bugs do. But back to something a little less unnerving and more aggravating. The legendary bird trio. Moltres is fire and likes sun. Articuno is ice and likes hail. Zapdos is electric and likes rain. Which one of them doesn't learn hurricane?
Zapdos.
Yes. The other two do. The one who can make Hurricane's accuracy drop to 50% can learn it earlier than the others. And the one that could make its accuracy go to 100% and give it a 30% chance to break through protect can't learn it at all! Nintendo, I don't know if you're trying to make fun of people that want Zapdos to be as cool as it looks, or if you're just that careless because you did seriously... Wade.
What?
The alien Pokemon from Generation 5. Elgyem and Behaim. I am butchering their names, but so sue me. Were so forgettable by Nintendo that when Generation 6 came out and all those TMs got their numbers, the moves were changed. Like, for example, 51 went from a move called Ally Switch, where if you were in a triple battle, you switched positions with the ally opposite you if you weren't in the middle. And 19, what the heck was 19? I don't remember.
Would it happen to be Steelwing?
No. Steelwing and Roost are what 19 now is Roost, and 51 is now Steelwing. Guess who can learn Steelwing because they never changed its move pool at all?
Forgot about it. Who was it? I can't remember.
Elgyem and Behaim.
I knew it.
Yep. Their level up set, their TMs, their everything all stayed the same. So now the big-headed psychic aliens can learn Steelwing and Roost. Even though it makes no sense. It makes more sense that Dunsparce can learn Roost. At least he has wings. Kind of.
They're tiny wings.
Tiny, tiny wings. Yes. And then there's flying Pokemon that can't learn Roost. This is a thing. I'm pretty sure Gyarados can't learn Roost.
Nope. Because it can't fly.
Dunsparce can't fly. Have you seen it try?
I have not watched the anime since I was little.
I'm talking about the old anime.
I never saw the Johto stuff. I never saw past Kanto.
Oh. There's an episode in Johto when they introduce us to the Dunsparce, and these kids have a whole bunch of them.
How?
Each kid has one.
How?
I don't know.
In Dark Cave, which I think is the only place where you can find Dunsparce, you have a 1% chance of finding it.
Yeah, and they're even mentioned as being rare then. But this is out in the middle of a field. And the kids are by a small forest at best. And they've all got a Dunsparce, except for this one kid has a Caterpie. And that's the point of the show, is he's trying to get a Dunsparce because he's sick of watching his Caterpie get beat up and mistreated by the other Dunsparce. And he succeeds. And so this new Dunsparce runs their little obstacle course race. And you see the Dunsparce kind of fly like 3 inches off the ground to get over a log. I'm pretty sure Gyarados can maintain greater altitudes for longer periods of time just by flailing around. And it can't learn Roost. And at the same time, they treat it like a snake, but it can't learn Coil. It's a big, long snake thing. It can even dislocate its jaw. The figure I have here has its jaw sticking out. And it can't learn Coil. What are some other stupid things? I don't know about you, but what they did to Arcanine in the upcoming generations is an atrocity. The Fire Dog now looks like what the canine equivalent of Sharkman, and is blue, and is a water type. A pure water type. Not water and fire, that could have been weird but really cool. Water. I dread to see what its stats look like because it probably just follows the power creep. And so instead of doing the right thing and giving Arcanine either a Mega, which is a little unpopular because they handed them out to the wrong Pokemon, or a proper evolution, we're going to get this weird Alola version that is a water type. Power creep is amusing when it's not being abused. At best. There are a lot of... Here's an example. There's a lot of fighting types. Starting from reverse, we have Hawlucha, the first fighting and flying type, which didn't work out too horribly. It's a terrible Pokemon most of the time, but didn't work out too horribly. Next step down, I think the next one in line is Kangoro, who, from behind, he looks like a Sith, like a panda Sith. And from the front, he looks like Kung Fu Panda got drunk. But, okay, he's cooler than some of the bears we've had. Next step down, and my memory is very shaky, we get Chestnut, who, that's actually kind of neat. The typing is a little unoriginal, but a giant walnut that is bulletproof. Instantly, I'm thinking of the Ash versus Norman battle and the Slacking being invincible pretty much just by putting his hands in front of himself. That was a thing, yes. Not nearly the weirdest thing I've ever heard of, and I'll get that in a second. Next fighting type. Meloetta, technically. I'm not sure if that's cute, passable, or if she was intended to be a fetish target. Because we have Uber Midget looks like a human and turns into what looks like a yoga lady. And everyone likes a yoga lady. I don't know why. I'm blind. I don't care. But, yeah. Fortunately, the next step down is a major step up. Kind of. We have the Three Musketeers. And their fourth member. Yes, they did actually, in the novels or whatever, they did have a fourth member eventually. So let me go over these guys one by one. Cobalion is the Lucario wannabe. Much more resilient. Just does not compare. And doesn't have a Mega either, so actually Lucario's stats even beat it out overall. That's pretty pitiful. Terrakion is just very, very, very angry beef. As far as I'm concerned, he's meat. He's a bull, but he's part rock type and part fighting, which makes him weak to half the world, and all he's got going for him is power, which a lot of other Pokemon have. Now, Virizion is my personal favorite, despite having the worst typing of the lot because everyone's aerial ace will down it instantly. And that's mostly aesthetics. They're all decent in their own respect to varying degrees. But then we have Keldeo. The what happens when My Little Pony gets violent? You know it's true.
Yeah.
He's Psycho Unicorn. I'm pretty sure unicorns are supposed to be majestic, friendly, whatever.
Not always. I've seen stories where unicorns were violent beasts.
Yeah, no, that's the old winged unicorns, which that's another paradox on its own. But yeah, we have and he's based off of one of the most malevolent creatures in mythology. He's based off of the Kelpie, an Asian water horse that drags people to the bottom of the pond to rip their flesh off and devour their soul. But he's made to look like a unicorn. And he does a good job of representing both in a weird combination that makes you think he's... I don't know. I'm also trying to ignore the fact that one of my friends once pointed out a fanfiction involving the Musketeers and the legendary dogs where Virizion and Suicune were being chronically raped. That's not... Who makes that? Why? Then, next fighting type, because by now, if there's even one person listening, they're either traumatized or they're the most depraved person in the world and they're too busy masturbating. So, the next fighting type, I always mistake Bishop for fighting type because of his move pool, but he's most definitely not fighting. Oh no, please tell me it is not like that. Oh, okay, good. Mean Shao. Mean Fu and Mean Shao. They look really weird, but they're solid fighters. And that's really about it. They're the opposite of the stereotypical fighting type that we have. They are fast and strong and frail. I keep farting.
I think my computer caught that too.
That's pretty. Congratulations! If you heard my fart, you got farted at by a blind guy who hasn't slept in an ungodly amount of time. The day after his birthday, by the way. Smell my armpit. The next fighting type, now we're starting, oh, thank you. One more pair before the stupid one. Oh, no, wait, we get a pseudo... Scraggy and Scrafty. Why? I don't know what they are, except that they are described as shedding their their skin is their armor because it's so loose it's rolled up. That's gross. They can pull huge sheets of skin off of themselves.
We have about 2 minutes left, by the way.
Okay. Then I will hurry it up. So we have the gross one. Then we have Throw and Sock. I'm kind of impartial to Throw because I know Judo, and I also know for a fact that historically it's better than Karate. But Karate's more popular, so Sock got more favors. Now we get to the stupid one. Conkeldurr. Why? I've seen Spyro enemies that look more intimidating. And that's saying something. He looks like what happened to Rudolph if he were to get mutated and turned into an ogre. And it can't even stand upright without those giant pillars of stone. My whole point in this fighting types rampage is I am holding a champ who is infinitely cooler than Conkeldurr, who is his power creep. It is stronger,
20 seconds.
More resilient, and goodbye everyone, you wear diapers! Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock.